It's good to be back. Because I have limited time to fish, I really only can pick what's ideal for me. So I use a bunch of the different tide and swell and fishing report apps that are out there. A lot of them are free, so go ahead and find them and check them out and get used to them and get acclimated to the information and weekly updates, because after a while you can start anticipating when conditions are going to be good for either fishing or crabbing. So today, Saturday, I had two options: running out to the beaches and trying my luck on the surf or fish, or coming out to the jetty and trying my luck for crab. I only have 3 hours to actually fish, and so I got to make sure that the time I spend out here is worth it. So the conditions today: outgoing tide. My window is 6 to 9 a.m. to actually fish. So the conditions are outgoing tide and relatively low swell. When you have good weather, low tide change, and outgoing tide, crabbing is normally ideal. The last few days have been pretty hectic out in the surf, and my theory is that the crabs hunker down, they kind of hang out and wait for calmer weather to come back, and I think that's what's happened. I'm out here at the Half Moon Bay South Jetty, looking out at the ocean side, very calm. Tide is pretty low. Looking at the harbor side, it's the lowest I've seen in a long time. If you're familiar with this beach, when you park on one here and go down the harbor side, normally the water is touching the jetty about 100 yards from the RV park. Well, I'm telling you, you can walk on the sand on the interior of the harbor from the RVs all the way out to the lighthouse. It's crazy. So you don't even have to walk down the rocks. You can just walk down the sand. That's how low it is. So I'm anticipating that with the low tide and the low swells and the slow movement of water, and the fact that this day is happening after consecutive days of heavy swells and a lot of motion in the ocean, the crabs are going to wake up. They're going to wake up hungry, and they're going to feed, and hopefully justify the 3 hours I get to spend out here. So let's see if I catch anything. I'm anticipating 1 or 2 keepers. If I catch more, it's a good day. But really, if I catch anything, I'll be happy. So stay tuned. All right, today's bait of choice is a combination of mackerel and squid. I normally use anchovy or sardines, but thought I'd give mackerel a shot. I have 2 rods set up today. This is my old 10-foot master. That's my 11-foot Penn Prevail, and working 2 crab snares. This one has squid. That one has the mackerel. I normally like to do a combination of both, but I'm splitting them up and seeing which one's gonna work. And whatever one gets a crab on first, I think that's the bait I'm gonna defer to. Oh, nice. Didn't even think I'd catch something. All right, crabs are here. Small, but they're here. It's a female. Even if she was a keeper, I'd probably toss her back, because I found that the females don't have as much meat as the males, and it's good to keep the population healthy, and I just prefer to throw them back because they're just not worth eating. So we'll see you later. Go ahead and make more babies. Nothing. Alright, let's see if there's any indication of feeding. And no, all my bait's intact. Head's still there. I'm going to go ahead and slip a piece of squid in there just because that crab was feeding on the squid. So if I need to encourage them to bite, if they're shy to the mackerel, why not give them a little bit of squid? So to actually catch a crab, it's a long way down to the rocks. It's always good to reposition yourself in anticipation of landing a crab over all these rocks. You don't want to have a big crab on your snare and then lose it to the rocks because you're out of position. Feel the weight of that crab or snare or both. Get a hard yank. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Moment of truth. Can I flip them up and over the rocks here? Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, not gonna keep. Look at that. Hey, nice healthy male. Too small. Wow, look at that. I didn't even snare him. His claw, he was hanging on for dear life onto that snare. So sometimes you don't even snare them. They're just so greedy that they attach themselves and won't let go. So, dude, where are your bigger brothers? Let me know where they're at. Where there's one, there's normally more. So let's go and try to recast to the same spot and see if we can catch his bigger brother. And a pull. Oh, good one. Got weight on it. The crab are definitely here. This might be a double. Okay. There we go. Oh, hung up on the rocks. See, this is what I was talking about, you guys. You gotta get in good position. Oh, just lost them. Oh, just lost 2 crab, but you know what? They are small. They are small. Let's see if I can show you guys what we missed out on. Okay. All right, this is one of the 2 crabs that was on my line. Again, another small male, and if I can, toss him safely back because there's just no point in leave him hung out to dry. I want him to get bigger so I or one of you guys can catch him again. Woo. All right, guy, get bigger. Tell your bros to come back and eat on my stuff. All right, very quickly rushed over to my other snare that I just pulled like not even 10 minutes ago, just because the crabs are active and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good pulls here. All right, another one instantly. Dude, the crabs are on fire here. See, didn't want to wait too long. Oh wow, this crab is pulling some drag here. I didn't want to wait too long in between sets because the crabs are active. You know, they might be small, but if you know they're active, they might be big. So you got to stay active too. Oh dude, I see some big claws turning in this water here, so I'm going to turn them in between the rocks. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to kind of wait for this next little swell to pass. Dude, here we go. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh. Dude, I think we got a keeper. Dude, that is a clean male. Let's hope he keeps. Let's hope he keeps. Come on. Come on. Be a keeper. Come on. Be a keeper. Come on. All right. Always have one of these crab measuring rulers on you. Very important that you do so, because you don't want to get caught with a crab that's undersized. That's a $1,000 fine. Boom! Hell yeah, 6 inches all day. That is probably the cleanest crab I've caught from this jetty. Woo! Let's do it again. Boom. Gonna move on over to my other rod. Now I'm not gonna cast right next to it because there's that small chance I could cast right over my line, and then I'll have 2 tangled lines and 2 ineffective snares. So I'm gonna cast about 45 degrees at an angle from this rod, and I'm not even gonna cast it as far. I'm gonna try some closer ground and see if that makes a difference. So it's all about kind of gauging where the real estate is and crossing your fingers. The spot seems to be pretty active, so let's take advantage of that. All right, time check. It's about 8:30. Don't have too much time left. Like I said, I'm only here for a few hours. These 2 rods have been in the water for about 15 minutes. There's a little movement on that black master rod. Probably not picked up on this camera. I don't even know if it's in frame, but it's moving, it's jumping, so there might be some activity on it. We'll see. So I'm going to pull these 2 rods. They've been soaking for about 15-20 minutes, and I'm going to see if there's any activity and any keepers on the other end. I already have one. Should be good enough for dinner for one. So let's see if we can add to the table. All right, this is the rod that had a little bounce in it. Could be a crab, could be the water. Let's see. Oh yeah. Still small. There's definitely some weight. It's not gonna keep unless it's a crab that's just coming in sideways like a frisbee. Not a ton of weight. I'm guessing a small keeper. Oh, all of a sudden he got pretty heavy. Oh, all of a sudden he got really heavy. Oh. Oh. Wow. I think I caught a keeper. All right, this crab is wow. I was right. I caught a keeper. That snare was bouncing a little bit, and there was a keeper-sized crab on the other end. But he is keeper-sized. I just measured him. He's 6 inches across. I believe the limit's 5 3/4. But you know what? I don't know. This isn't a very clean crab. He's got holes and barnacles growing in those holes in all of his legs. He just seems like a possibly diseased crab. I'm not a crabologist. I wouldn't know. But he's a male. You know, most people that put in a lot of work to catch these things would keep him. He's actually got some weight to him. He came in a little weird. I think he was slipping through the water like a frisbee. Sometimes they feel light because you know, the way they pull through the water. But I just don't know. He's missing legs, and I would hate to bring him home and decide not to keep him and then have him die, you know, in my garbage can. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss him back. All right, dude, your lucky day. You just don't seem very palatable, so I'm gonna toss you back. Definitely was a productive day. Definitely helped anticipating the tide outgoing and much better conditions versus earlier in the week where the water was all turned up, and I was able to anticipate a better bite. So, you know, only have a couple hours. If I can only put one crab on in those couple hours, I'm all good. Got it. Whew. Got it. Oh God.